back to our NHL 25 franchise mode here with the Washington Capitals. We are here continuing the year two offseason. Just got to wrap up with free agency and getting some scouts and coaches signed and that much. So I have already gone ahead and pre-scouted everything before this video. So, and because this isn't a very, a big free agency for us, I just figured, I just get everything in my mind set up how I'd want it, and then we can just go through that real quick and then get some semi done in this episode. Why not? So, yeah, let's head straight into that. So if you take a look at our team really quick, forward-wise, we are looking set. I mean, we got enough forwards for this year no matter how we want to play our cards. Yeah, and again, not trying to be too of a competitive team this year, so not too worried about that. Defensively, though, we are going to need to sign some people. I'm hoping that these two can get up to about an 80 overall by the start of the year so they can actually be legitimate top four. And then we'll just play Carlson, Iorio in the top pair. And we'll sign. I got two guys in mind, and I'll show you guys that in a second. And then we'll need an NHL goalie to go with Daig there as well. So, like I said, I have already got some guys in mind. Again, not trying to be a competitive team this year. And we'll actually get more into that here in a second as I have something to talk about. So, honestly, just wanted some veteran presence on this team. How about Mark Giordano, 42 years old, still wanting a contract. So, and since we have a lot of cap to fill, I'm just going to pay these guys. We have $38 million in cap space, so I'm going to give these guys each like $10 mil just to fill out the cap because we got to at least make the floor so it doesn't fuck up our contracts. And no surprise, he accepts right away there. And then another veteran guy, just a big physical defenseman right here, Radko Gudas, to play on that other side. So, yeah, most likely this will be the bottom pair, but we'll see how what development we get from those two defensemen, Trethaway and Cole Hudson. So, let's get Gudas wrapped up here for 10 mil as well. There we go. And then I do need an NHL caliber goalie, and I thought we would have a little bit of fun with this one. Let's go with the how tall is he? 6'7", Ivan Fedotov. Give him a shot here. And I'll give him about like 5 mil just so we're comfortably over the cap floor. And we still have enough cap space, if we need to make any moves. So we'll give him $5 million there. And no surprise, they'll accept. All right, so yeah, we got about 15.7 in cap space. And if we go to proposed trade, are we over the cap floor? Yeah, we are by a decent amount as well. So we should be good on that front. Now, there is some good news that I discovered as well. We have been looking to fill out our scouts, and this is the year where we're finally getting some scouts in. So you can see we got a few A minuses for Nordic OHL. We got some USA scouts, OHL scouts, Q scouts, W and the Bs. So we're finally going to get those scouts, and I'm actually going to fire our 2 C scouts because we actually are finally upgrading here. So we have 18 spots to fill if we desire. So I'm just going to go ahead and offer these guys all the max. Get this out of the way. So, yeah, if you missed the last episode, very huge draft for us. Obviously, you probably saw when we were on the contract screen that we were able to land Gavin McKenna 2nd overall. We were able to move up with Philly's pick. And then we landed also Ethan Belchetz and Joe Aginla with the, I think, 12 and 13 once we moved up. But overall, a great draft for us that really set our rebuild into full fruition. And we also did trade for Charlie Trethaway with the 32nd pick, or no, I think it was 30th pick and like a late pick or something like that. But we needed a defensive prospect badly, and we got one. And speaking of defensive prospects, the reason I am gathering all these scouts too is to load up for this draft class upcoming. And you may, if you follow along with the prospects and the hockey in general, you may know who I am about to refer to, a exceptional status defenseman for the I think it's Everett Silvertips. I think the team is called in the is it the W or the Q? I want to say it's the WHL. But I'm talking about Landon DuPont, the right shot defenseman. He is very highly touted in real life and probably in this game as well. And yeah, I definitely want to try to get my hands on him, as I assume he is going to be another franchise player added to this draft. And I want to see if this upcoming if this upcoming draft class has another generated franchise guy, I'm gonna just put the draft class quality on medium because I think it's either backwards or just broken with the low. It's just not right. They keep having like the low quality still generates a bunch of franchise guys. So I want to get that fixed up. I actually do want to look at the coaches as well because our head coach right now, his chemistry could be a little better. I know it says 58, but the way I want my lines set up, it doesn't really match in general. So I need a guy with good teaching though, no matter what. A minus teaching, 70%. Whoa, okay. Well, I guess it's between what 6 players right here. So I'm honestly more worried about the teaching than anything else. So Wayne has A plus, and so does Pitten. So between those two, Wayne has a bit better chemistry. Everyone's pretty even. This one, yeah, I think we'll go with Brendan Wayne. We'll try to grab up here. Although even though it says his specialty is veterans, though, what prevent veteran players from declining the combination? Okay. So generalists grow all players. So this guy Elliott, who had 62, Strom doesn't fit. I'm honestly not too worried about that. Balanced generalist. Oh, he's a B though. Okay. I mean, we could grab up a lower end coach that has good teaching, like this, and kind of develop them. Ricardo Pinot doesn't like making Michael too much. Help develop and grow defensemen. Is there anybody that like so generalists is just players, and then obviously veterans. Yeah, prevent veterans from declining. So I would think the generalist would be the best. I mean, this guy does have 70 apparently. He loves Ginla. Um, you know what? Honestly, let's just give this guy a shot. Hopefully he does accept. There is no other team that is going for him right now. So let's go ahead and try to sign Warren Kobayashi. So hopefully we can get some better. Because last year's chemistry, I mean, certain line combinations worked, but the ones that I wanted to, they just didn't really. And you could argue that a lot of the guys in our team, our current coach hasn't even seen yet, so we're kind of just taking a risk. But honestly, because Denny is actually down a bit, I think. Okay, but that's with like offense penalty kills. Teaching still A minus, but I don't know. I just felt like a coaching change is could be a good thing for us, even if we hopefully it doesn't result in us winning too many more games. But yeah, let me advance a few days, click through all this all these scouts that are about to sign with us, which is going to take a minute because every pop-up takes a second. So let's see, what can I talk about for a second? Obviously NHL is in full swing at this point. We're what, like 2 weeks in now. As of this recording, the October 18th games just happened, right? Yep. I think I mentioned the last episode I was watching the Ducks and Avalanche in overtime, and McKinnon ended up scoring the OT winner for the Avs. But yeah, so there's been a few surprising teams. Like, okay, that Kobayashi did sign with us, so that's good. Like the Flames are undefeated, I think. The Ducks have been solid. Who else has been surprising? Let me pull up the standings as I can advance to the next season now. All these scouts are still going to sign. Let's pull this up here. Pittsburgh hasn't been bad, although Tristan Jarry looks like complete shit. Utah's been good so far, which is cool to see. You know, technically the newest team. Let's see, Seattle's been okay. I mean, it's still very early. There's only like 4 or 5 games in, so it's hard to tell. But the teams that have definitely been disappointing are the Avalanche, Nashville, and Edmonton. So 3 West teams. They just haven't been able to put it together yet. I know I mentioned about Colorado's issues last time. Edmonton, honestly, they're like McDavid and Draisaitl haven't done too much this year so far, and obviously Stuart Skinner is not. He's a very hot and cold goalie. I don't know. I'm not too huge on him. And then Nashville, I don't really know what's going on over there. I haven't really paid attention to them too much, but obviously they just made those moves to get Marcia Sowen Stammer and Brady Shea and acquire all these veterans. So they're obviously gearing up for a playoff, cup push. They were a playoff team last year, so, and holy shit. Immediately I see some player go TJ Ginlet and Leonard up to an 86 and 87, so that is good to see. I know for sure I want these two on the first line. Where is McKenna? So McKenna's still a 79. And he's listed as minor scoring forward. That honestly might be where he plays. How about Lachapov? He's depth forward. So I honestly might throw both of those guys in the AHL. Them two in Kristall or Parashak. Yeah, I think I like that. But let's figure out these lines real quick. So this coach, where do all these guys? So PLD he likes. Again, that's perfect on that first line. Okay, Leonard, not as good, but good enough. Although we could do something like this, but I don't know. I prioritize these guys getting first line minutes, honestly. Or McMichael, he did develop unstoppable force. He's listed as a first line forward, so maybe we do give him up there. Or we can literally just do all three of these guys. I mean, could just do that. Then I want Ovechkin. We could just do a vet line on the second line. And then Miroshnichenko, Niemanen, and somebody. They might be stuck with a lower end player. We could just throw Wilson on that line and put Niemanen has 77 faceoffs. So we'll try him at center. Put Wilson, and then these two for sure are getting moved down to the AHL. So let me place McKenna. We have anybody up here? Okay, perfect. We can do Dubé and Entwistle. So let's put these two guys in there. And I think that's going to be our forward core for at least to start the year. And obviously we can change the lines accordingly. Let's see over here. Okay, wow. We actually got a couple guys jumped. Iorio's up to an 83. Hudson went up from a 78 to an 83. Although he's listed as a top 6 defenseman. So I think Iorio is 2. But because he's, well, +2, Hudson might make the top pair there. And then we'll do Trethaway and Iorio right there. And then we'll stick with Gudas and Gio on that bottom pair. And then in net, Fedotov at an 80. Okay, so both these guys listed as minor goalies, but honestly, I mean, I already have my goalies set up, so they're just going to kind of stay like that. All right, let's move McKenna and Lachapov down. McKenna, does he have to go to junior? Okay, so McKenna would be sent to junior. Okay. Well, Lachapov, I know I want to move down. I think he's better first line AHL than fourth line. Now you could argue we can do McKenna on that third line and then just move Wilson down. Let me see how that would look. So let me just put him there, and then we put McKenna. Because more than likely McKenna is going to jump during the season. He does have medium franchise. Yeah, I think that might be the move right there. Just have a complete young gun line. 19 years old, 18 years old, 22 years old. Sniper, playmaker, power forward. Yeah, I think that just falls right into place, honestly. And look at that. With this current coach, McKenna is way up there for the line one. So this might be our future head coach. I mean, we can see like McKenna and Ginla together. And then Leonard might be the second line center of the future if we have, like, I don't know, like just a different prospect. Or if like we have Belchets or Joe Ginla come up, then we can move McKenna to center. So, yeah, I mean, that works for me, honestly. And then I'm noticing, I don't know if, oh wait, he didn't have any abilities, but I thought Wilson had like truculence or whatever back at you. I don't know, could just be a glitch, but also wouldn't be surprised if we just lost him. I mean, he's 32, only an 83, and he was playing on the fourth line last year, I think. So yeah, so we actually do get good chemistry, which kind of worries me that we're going to be a good team with that, but I mean, on paper, you look at this, and it's not great. Power play-wise, got to leave Ovi. Honestly, I'm just going to give Cole Hudson first-line power play. There's no reason for us to give Carlson at this point. Does he even have abilities anymore? Yeah, he doesn't, so he'll just... Are both these guys OFDs? They are, but they get a +2, so... Yeah, they're both completely on that first pair. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to give Hudson there, and then we're going to go rock with Tej Aginla. And we need McMichael or Leonard, actually. Leonard. Okay, -2 right now. And then do we go with McMichael? And then McKenna does the second unit? Or do we just put McKenna with the first unit right away? Well, I think we're going to have a -2 if McKenna's on this line. Because he doesn't have any abilities. That's a -1. Does Carlson save this? Miroshnichenko? Wow, okay. So the power play chemistry isn't quite there. But it doesn't help that nobody has abilities. Unless we move a Ginla off it, but I definitely don't want to do that. He's already an 87 at 20. Coming off a 38. I mean, I guess it's not crazy, but we know the upside for McKenna. Or, well, him too, but Ginla. Alright, let's leave that just for a second. Let's put, honestly, it might benefit McKenna. Well, no, because obviously our top unit's good too. I don't know. This would probably be the setup for the second unit if that's like that. I don't think there's anybody... Oh, Niemanen, though. Honestly, Strome at this point, we don't really need in here. So if we put Neiman in, I mean, get these guys on a one-timer. I mean, the power play chemistry is not looking great. So I don't know if that's like one of our coach's weaknesses or what, but I'll just throw Leonard. That's fine right there. And then McMichael, McKenna. And then Carlson. And where is... Well, you know what, actually? Oh, wait, Miroshnichenko's in there too, so yeah. We'll put Niemanen in there as well. Got to prioritize our top guys. And Niemanen's a guy who can shoot up the lineup too if he starts to grow. But he is... Obviously, we have that Young Guns line right now. Penalty kill, honestly, yeah, we're going to get negatives either way. So, don't really want McKenna there. But, let's see. We have Wilson. I'd probably want to give more PK time to him anyway. So we have Leonard, McMichael, Strome. Honestly, let me throw Strome down here. And then just we'll put one of our depth guys down there or something like a... who could we put? Maybe it's just Verona. It's fine. Yeah, all this is good. All right. 3-on-3. Again, I'll just let the game kind of fill that out. All right, 4-on-4. No, not this. Leonard and Aginla. Just our young guys, of course. Those two are fine. Honestly, let's actually put Iorio up there. And then Trethaway up here. Perfect. All right. Now I'm going to go with McMichael, and we'll go Obi. And then we'll do Strome, Dubois, or we can do Dubois and Niemanen. Oh, actually, wait, McKenna. Wait, he's got to be in here. So, sorry, Obi, you're not even going to... I'm going to try to give McKenna... These bottom 6 guys, I want to give some ice time to still. And then Dubois and... Or do we just go... definitely want Neiman in there. Yeah, that's fine, honestly. 3-on-3, we want Ryan Leonard, T.J. Ginla, and Cole Hudson. So I'll just replace there. Then I'm going to give Trethaway this line. Iorio can have the 3rd. Where is Trethaway right there? And we can do McMichael and McKenna. Kind of the same setup as the 4-on-4. And then we'll do Niemanen and Miroshnichenko on this one. Alright, just gotta get the boring stuff out of the way real quick. So now that we got a young team that we want to focus on development, we gotta decide who we want on these lines, obviously. Alright, at least put more care into this. So, extra attacker, I'm gonna go with McKenna. Now, I think I'm gonna do like a 10-game sim and see how he's doing. If he's getting really... or I can do the 9-game, like the NHL, like in real life. And then if he's getting, like, shelled, then I'll just put him back in juniors, probably. But I have a feeling he's going to jump. I mean, he's franchise. Those guys usually shoot up in overall, like, right away. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. And then AHL, got to get Lachapov. Yeah, there we go. First line of Kristoff, Lachapov, and Parashak. Yeah, perfect. And then that's all good. We still got Muggley. Okay, the defense is pretty shit, but maybe I'll sign a couple two-way guys real quick. Might as well. Captains wise, now first of all, I think I noticed. Oh, we're in the AHL. Let me get out of here. If I go back to the NHL, I think Trethaway was wearing number 19, and that is not going to happen because that is retired for us. Yeah, he was. Okay. He can be... I don't think anyone's going to be number 4 soon, so he can just be number 4. I think that's a pretty, you think of number 4, you think of like a defenseman. So that's fine there. And then everything else looks good. Because Carlson's still here, don't have to worry about his number. Ovi, obviously, is still here. Oh, captaincies are the same, actually, because these 3 are still here. So, honestly, I might want to, you know what, let's rip these 2 from the A. Because they're not even going to be here that much longer. And, let's see here. I think I want to give 1 letter to McMichael. He's been here for a while now. And I'd still see him on this team for at least a couple years. And then let's go Ryan Leonard. A guy who we drafted, obviously. Not me, but the team. And, yeah. We're obviously transitioning to a new era. So, there's that. And then let me actually make sure, like, the cap floor didn't... Yeah, we're still above it. Okay, good. Alright, for agency, I just need a couple AHL defensemen real quick. Let me go there. And then two-way... Is this 83 doing UFA? Oh, no, this is Ryan Johnson. That's right. He was Buffalo's RFA. And then, honestly, Kevin Shattenkirk. Oh, I can't even believe he's still here. Why not? There you go. And then let's get another vet in there. Who do we want? Zach Bogosian. You know what? Fuck it. Is that Eric Jelena? Holy shit. Hold on. God damn, that is a fucking throwback right there. I have not seen him in fucking forever. Alright, Bogosian, though, why not? Get some grit down there in the AHL. And, there we go, edit lines. Put those 2 in, and then we'll get some simming done. Why not? See what kind of team we're looking like this year. Obviously, no high hopes for playoffs or anything like that. In fact, we're kind of hoping for the opposite. As I'll actually show you guys the draft class because that is a big thing for us coming up. And then let me get Bogosian in there. Oops. Now, does he do better chemistry with Muggley? No. So we'll just leave, what was this guy? Okay, we'll do these 2. And then Cam Allen can just be, there we go. Let me just do that. Again, not too worried about it. So, there are those lines. I'm just going to hope that... I'm going to assume they put the top guys on the power play. I don't really want to spend too much time with this shit. So, let us get to the regular season now. Get through preseason. And we can see what year number 3 this is. Will offer to us. So, coach. Let's see what kind of season goal he's thinking of. Another roster on paper. There's a lot of work to do before we can compete. It may take some time, but we'll get there. Yep, agree with that. All right, so we don't have any, you know, not even pressure from our coach because we're the boss, but me and our coach is on the same page with us. You know, we're probably not going to be a playoff team. We're just going to focus on development this year, and I mean, yeah, that's the main thing. Focus on development and hope for the best for the future. And if the preseason is any indicator of anything, we are terrible. So that might be a good thing. And let's go ahead and slow sim our first game is against Calgary, actually, this year. So Jerome probably in the building for his son and his former team. So let's get into this. First period is a 2-0 lead for Calgary. They got Dylan Cousins. I remember him being on the block not too long ago. So already some differences in the NHL. Maybe we'll look through the NHL next episode or something. And then I think it's pronounced Papasil, or honestly, I think I have no clue. 2-0 lead for Calgary after one. A wild second period. We scored 3 goals. They scored 2. Tej with a 2-goal period. Papasil and Cousins both score again. And I don't know if I mentioned Hudson on the power play for us as well. So third period, they have a 4-3 lead. And Miroshnichenko ties the game for us. Okay. Liking to see our younger guys scoring. That actually, I should have mentioned, that is Cole Hudson's first NHL goal. And Miroshnichenko, I don't know if this is his first in this universe. We'll have to check. Nazem Kadri gets them a lead 5-4. Will that be enough with 2 minutes left? And it will. So Calgary gets the win in our opening game. So, whoops, didn't mean to click that. But honestly, I am fine with any of that. And I actually might want to slow some until we see Gavin McKenna first goal, maybe. If you take a look here, Cole Hudson also had an assist in that game, as well as TJ Gillis. He had 3 points. I do want to check. Was that Miroshnichenko's first goal? I know Cole Hudson was because we haven't even played him yet. I know Miroshnichenko is playing for them in real life. Nope, he had 2 goals last year in real life. So there's that. I didn't think it was either. Did McKenna do anything in his first game? He did. He had an assist. So first NHL point for Gavin McKenna. He didn't shoot at all, actually, but did pretty well in the face-offs. I mean, we're kind of looking too much into it, but there's that. I'll at least go to the Ducks game here, and then we'll see where we're at. If we want to keep simming these games until McKenna or whoever scores. So let's get into this one against Anaheim at home once again. Game 2, first period. 5-0. Okay, well, there it is. So, Verana, okay, 2 of them actually. So, Verana, McMichael, and Ovi all get their first goals of the year. And then 2 first NHL goals, both coming on the power play, Nieminen and McKenna. Which, it's funny that these goals are coming on the power play considering we have all these minuses. But I don't actually know if the chemistry matters in the slow sim. But a 5-0 lead. Oh yeah, Logan Thompson got pulled after 3 goals. Absolutely crazy first period for us. Second period, 7-1. Nieminen gets a second. Verana scores for us. Strong for them. Third period, Dubois, McMichael, an absolute just crazy game. 9 goals for us. 9-1 is the win. As I'm pretty sure, let's see how many people on our team had points. Yeah, there was only a few that didn't, and it's all these. And so, besides Trethaway, Iorio, and Hudson, these are all just our old, washed-up guys right here. So, a 3-point night for McMichael, Ovechkin, Nieminen, Aginla, and PLD, along with the first NHL goal for both McKenna and Nieminen. Ovi with his first of the year. Yeah, pretty big night for us, pretty memorable night. Let me get up to the 9-game mark, and we can look at what McKenna is doing. He seems to be doing quite well so far, so he might be playing into an NHL role here. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 against Carolina. So we'll get up to this game against Columbus, and that'll complete the first month of the year as well. So we'll kind of see where we're at way early into the year. Oh, yeah, and I completely forgot to do this. This is a great time. So, as mentioned earlier, the projected first pick should be, and is confirmed medium franchise off the bat, Landon Dupont. And I was correct on the team, Everett Silvertips of the WHL. And, yep, offensive defenseman, just what I was talking about. So, yeah, he is 2 years out, which is kind of weird. But, yeah, he is a franchise defenseman, obviously. So, definitely a guy that we're trying to target, obviously. Here we go. We got Schuden's brother, Jorgen Schuden. So there's that. Jackson Jacobson is also here, and he is a real guy, obviously, a picture in this game. Can't say I know too much about this draft class. I do know Essler, or at least heard of these guys. And I think the guy at the top is real. Not DuPont, but the other dude. This Andre Bobrovsky guy, I think is real. So I don't know if Frank Kopitz is real. He could be. Maybe he is. I kind of recognize it now, but it could just be all these generated names repeating. I do believe this dude is real, though. And I know for a fact DuPont is. So, obviously, a very important draft year. Once again, a franchise defenseman at the top of the board. And we've had a franchise player in every draft so far in this franchise. So, I honestly hope that slows down. I don't want too many of these guys coming in the league. And honestly, what I would prefer, a 2-7 start for us. 9 games into the season. Columbus right there, 2-6-1 themselves. Fedotov putting up terrible numbers, which is fine for me. Gillen with 10 points, leading the team, and that's great to see. Hudson 6 on the blue line is very solid. Ryan Leonard 4 goals. And yeah, we can kind of take a look fully at the stats. So let's take a look here, 9 games into the season. All right, so again with 10, McMichael 8, Ovechkin 8. These are all solid. Leonard only 5, but he's got 4 goals. McKenna is a -7, which is the worst out of the forwards. He does have 5 points, though. Did he grow it all already? No. Okay. We'll get back to that in a second. Let me get back to the top of the list. Neiman with 5 points, also -5. So that third line is struggling, at least plus-minus wise. I mean, points-wise, they're doing all right. Defensively, we've seen Cole Hudson with 6, Giordano 2. Yeah, it just drops off. Carlson with 0. It's just funny. So there is that. Maybe we just do Hudson and like Iorio or Trethaway on that top pair. Let me take a look here. If we want to change anything up real quick, we can do that. So McMichael with 8 is good. 5 for Leonard. Okay, honestly, we could try out like a McMichael and Ovi up here. Does help with the chemistry as well. And then we can go... we'll try out Leonard on his one-timer side. Yeah, we'll just try those lines out just for the fuck of it. And then I do want to move... I don't care about the chemistry, honestly. So that is fine. Yep. We'll try Iorio on that top pair with Cole Hudson. Yeah, and then we'll just keep that all the same. How's Day going? Okay, he's already up to an 80. He's only played 1 game, and he had a shutout. So, yeah, perfect start, literally. He grew a single overall from that. Well, I mean, that sounds bad. He already grew an overall from playing 1 game. AHL-wise, these guys doing okay. Early in the season, I'm not even going to really look into it too much for that. So, yeah, I think I do want to keep McKenna in the NHL. Plus-minus, obviously, we are 2-7, so that has a lot to do with it. But 5 points in 9 games on the third line gives me hope, and his line mates are playing well with him. It gives me hope that he will be NHL caliber, at least for even by midway point, he'll be like, settled in. So let's just get another month in here. Hopefully we still start losing games because I want to get the best chance we can at one Landon DuPont. Of course, as I said that, we've won 3 out of our last 4, but okay, we're starting to win. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you messing up the tank here. Okay, 7-2 loss to Detroit. Hopefully more of that to come. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. Start to drop the games here again. Man, Pittsburgh is still good, 13-7. I don't know how they're semi-good in this game. Their team stinks. Maybe they changed a lot now, but holy hell, look at the Atlantic. The lowest points is 26. Like, we have 17. The Blue Jackets have 11. Like, 26 would be like a playoff team in any other division almost, and definitely ours. And then this division is just wild. 16-5 Sens, 17-7 Leafs. Like, look at this. All these teams with 30 points already. All right, so Yeah, okay, Daig really took a shit after that first game. 5 games played, 899. But let's see. Team leader in points now is Ovechkin, 23 points in 22 games, I think. Let's actually just open up the stats here and just have a full look. So our captain's still putting up numbers at 41, is he now? Jesus Christ, 41 years old and he's point per game. McMichael with 21, again with 17, so that seems to be the definite first line. Leonard 13, Neiman in 11. Okay, yeah, 9 points. Is he... Okay, still 79 though, but still really early. So the plus minus isn't there. The points aren't terrible. Strome is really struggling this year, playing on the second line. So moving on for him sooner rather than later might be an idea. Wow, Dubois as well, 9 points. All right, so those two clearly aren't doing anything. So honestly, Fedotov has actually picked it up a little bit, which isn't good for the tank to be honest. But so Dubois and Strome, they might have to play on the third line, which means honestly we could pair those two up with McKenna on the third line. Then you move up Niemanen and Miroshnichenko. Then you have Strome, Dubois, and McKenna. And McKenna can play the left way. Maybe that'll help him. Yeah, honestly, that might be the move for now. Give those guys a chance. Hudson has slowed down a little bit. But he still leads our defenseman in points, right? 10, 4, 2. Yeah, he does. So, maybe we can move Carlson back up there, give them that +2 again, and get him going once again. And then goalies, obviously, we just kind of looked at. So, if Fedotov is still having a good year by the next month, I might want to... Well, he's making $5 million. I won't be able to trade him, but might want to sign a different goalie and try to really help the tank. But speaking of that, let's take a look at the draft class really quick. So we don't have any information on some of these guys, which is a bit concerning as we signed all those scouts, obviously. But yeah, it's still early though. We're getting some guys uncovered here. But let me see if there's any like steals or anything already. So there's some shots in the dark, kind of low elites. Okay, 3 bars. McIntosh and Millman. And then is there any straight gems? No, but we found 3 busts, so good to know, I guess. Alright, so but yeah, still early. Not worried about that complete. Well, I am worried about that, obviously, but you know, the deeper parts of it aren't too much of a concern right now. So let's just get another month in. And then we'll probably take it up to the deadline after that, and then we'll call it there most likely, and we'll kind of see where we're at and assess from there. So, okay, now they got new rankings. Did they get more scouting in a day? Not really. All right, well, let's just continue the sim. I'm liking seeing some more losses as we are right now. We got to start. Where are the Blue Jackets? Okay, yeah, we play them here coming up. Hopefully they beat us. So, or hopefully they beat us. What am I talking about? Kulikov on waivers. I know I don't want him, but I'm just interested to see where he's at. He's still 80 overall at 36, so shout out to him, I guess. All right, let Columbus beat you guys. There we go. That's big for us, and we're just really starting to lose games. As I say that we beat Carolina, but I mean, besides them and the Sharks, those are the only 2 wins we have on the month. And Seattle, we also lose. Okay, great. So we are 10-23-2, and we're only 1 point above the Blue Jackets now. And it's most likely going to be us 2 and maybe like an Anaheim and a Chicago, maybe the Dallas too. But us and the Blue Jackets are like poverty right now. What do they look like to have 9 wins? Are they like an up-and-coming team too? They got like Fantilli, Kent Johnson, David Juracek. Like, did they just completely fumble or what? No, they have a lot of young talent. They just don't have a lot of top-end guys right now, I guess. Wow, this is actually a good team. I'm surprised they're not semming well. Oh, okay. Maybe that's... Yep. Yep, they have the same goaltending tandem that they do today. So, and look, holy fuck, Elvis. 880 and 425 goals against. Holy fuck, buddy. I need you on my team. Oh my god, perfect swap. Fedotov for Uh, Fedotov for Elvis. That'd be perfect. Then yeah, like they're scratching all these young guys. Like, okay, and their captain. Like, what are they doing, man? Um, they got like, yeah, like let's play these two on the fourth line to completely stunt their growth. Let's play these two. I mean, shout out to Sean Monahan. Obviously, rest in peace to Johnny Gaudreau. But in this game, like, why would you play Andrew Kopp over these two? Like, why? You know, some of these other guys I get, like even Warren Fogle is good, but I would still put him on the third line and then put Lindstrom on the second. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. But they stink, so maybe they really want DuPont too. Um, so yeah, we can go ahead and wow. I just looked at the right. Draisaitl leads the Oilers with 53 points, and our leading scorer is Ovechkin with 32, a 21-point difference. Now, granted, Draisaitl's second in the league in scoring, but holy shit, Matthews 61 and 38. That is nuts. Where's he at in goals? Okay, 33 goals in 30 games, or 38 games. McKinnon's got 30 and 36. My God. Um, that is just insane. But yeah. Not looking promising for the stats. Let's get this part over with, I guess. Wow. Okay, wow. Maybe should have put McKenna down in junior. Wow, he is just getting completely shelled. He has not scored, like, at all with Strome and Dubois. Yeah, wow, that line has been terrible. They have not done a single thing. 12 points. Had they literally even got any points since... Okay, all right, hold on. We gotta adjust some stuff. So the first line, I mean, not terrible, I guess. I mean, what even... Oh, God, okay. Minus 30 for Carlson. Holy shit. This is, like, impressively bad. And Fedotov is down to 890. Okay, so we don't need to really make that swap. He's doing terrible enough. Okay. I don't know. I don't even know what to do though. Leonard has developed what is this, close quarters, so that is cool. I'm trying. Okay, Niemanen is up one, so that's a good sign. This McKenna situation is very interesting. I don't want to demote like a Leonard. Okay, let's put Miroshnichenko back down here with, like, who do you even put? Let's put Niemanen. So we'll go Niemanen, McKenna, Miroshnichenko. I don't want to pair these two. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go back with the original setup, kinda. I'm just gonna have Niemanen take the face-offs. And then we're gonna go Strome, Ovechkin, Dubois. I'm trying to give McKenna guys that are gonna produce a little bit. There's that, and then Dig is still here. Honestly, for having almost 4 goals against and still almost having a 900 save percentage is actually pretty impressive. That just tells me the defense stinks, and obviously, like, Carlson minus 30, not a surprise. AHL, not the best production, honestly, from that top line, so that's a bit worry. And honestly, we got a bunch of minuses. Are we just not a good team? We don't look terrible. We look like we're mid, honestly, so hopefully they pick it up a little bit. McKenna playing in the NHL this year might have been the wrong call, but if I could have sent him to the AHL, that would have been perfect, but that wasn't in the cards. But we don't really... I mean, you could argue I could send... Honestly, can I still send him to the minors? Or to the juniors? I might just let him go back. It's probably way... I should have done this a lot sooner. But, so if I take McKenna out and throw in Entwistle, and then we'll just do, like, this swap real quick. And if I go to roster moves, can I still send him down to juniors, or is it gonna, like, tweak out? And he won't be on waivers, right? He's two-way. Junior eligibility. Yep. So, yeah, I'm going to send McKenna back to Medicine Hat. Probably should have done that sooner, but he looked like he was doing good the last month. Like the first month or month and a half. So I was like, okay, you know, he can play third line. Maybe he'll jump. But yeah, he's just getting completely shelled. So we're gonna let him play in Medicine Hat for the rest of the year. Again, partly my fault that he wasn't doing that. Well, it is my fault he wasn't doing it sooner. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of go ahead and move on from that for now, and let's get up to the trade deadline, and we'll see where we're at. We got about 2 months till then, so hopefully we will continue to lose games as it looks like we are. And obviously, I know you guys probably are getting a little impatient. We're 3 years in, we haven't even really competed at all. But I promise you, once we actually have these guys develop, like McKenna and all these guys are like legitimate top six, top, first line, high end guys. They got abilities. Then we'll go for it. We haven't even had like free agency classes that are that crazy. But I would say not next year, but the year after, I think is where we'll start to make some noise. Even if we're like just outside a playoff spot. But 2 years from now is going to be, we might have one more year of suffering if we're, not a very good team. I do kind of want to make some moves in this next year's offseason just to give our guys some guys to play with. Like, I think we're probably going to move on from Dubois and Strome. Dubois probably, well, it'd have to be next year because there's no movement clause, but um, we're probably going to trade Strome here right at the deadline. I can probably tell you that as we're getting some coach firings around the league. Excuse me, I'm not surprised Columbus fired their coach. As we're still 6 points above them. Yeah, they're looking like they're going to get the top odds, and we did just beat them, so that sucks. And we've won a couple games here in February. Yeah, we're starting to win a few games right now, which isn't... Maybe it'll help our scoring, I guess, but like we won 1-0 against the Stars. That's not helping anything. As we get to the end here, Christian Dvorak on waivers. I have no use for you, so no thanks. As we get to the trade deadline, posting a 20, 38, and 4 record. Okay, we're only 2 points above Columbus, so we still have a shot. Yeah, and everyone else is pretty far above us. So it's mainly going to be us, Columbus, and still maybe like a Dallas. I mean, us beating them didn't help, but yeah, they're still in the race. But yeah, us and Columbus are looking like the top odds right now. And if we look at the draft class, will we have any more updates? Okay, yeah, here we go. We're starting to get some scouting now. So, yeah, Bobrovsky, Bergfist, Gratton are all elite, as well as Jacobson. Okay, so yeah, we got some scouting now. In terms of any steals, some shots in the dark for the medium elites. Low elites, we still have 3 bars for these two. So, and then any gems? No, but we found another bust. So, there is that. But yeah, 20, 38, and 4 as we are at the trade deadline. Let's take a look at the stats. Again, another rough year for us. I understand, fans are probably pissed. Yeah, the scoring has really dropped off. And you can see the minuses are really becoming a bigger number as the year goes on. So, yeah, I won't go into people specifically right now. I mean, you can just kind of see the numbers. Hudson at 26. He's up to an 84. He's only 20 years old, too, so this is honestly a bit of a bright spot for him. And look at Daig, over a 900. Despite only having 7 wins, he's up to an 81. So there's some promise there. Let's take a look at the lines and see what kind of growth we got. If any, besides the ones we've seen. So Niemanen's at the same. Okay, Gillen's up to an 88. Wow, he's actually developing a lot of abilities. So, already had a career year, so he'll probably reach about 50 points, maybe. I think he can reach 11 points. Well, he's not at that pace yet. He'll be about 45, 50 points. I mean, now all things considered, isn't great playing first line, but I mean, look at this team. I mean, I'm not entirely surprised. So, looks like that is it for forward wise. And then we saw Hudson is up 1. Trethway is actually up 2 from an 80, so that's good. And then Daig is up 1 from an 80 as well. So we're getting a bit of growth from the NHL guys. AHL, these guys might be up 1 since last I checked. And then let's take a look at some of our guys in the CHL, because we haven't even taken a look at Belchitz and Joe Ginley yet. So let's take a look in the system. McKenna's still a 79, which is fine. I just want to see Yeah, he's lighting up in Medicine Hat. So build his confidence back up. Belchitz and Iginla are both at 75, which is good to see. Belchitz, wow, he's going crazy in Windsor, so he'll definitely probably be at least in the AHL. Wow, and even Iginla's doing even better. So these two absolutely ripping up the CHL right now, which is great to see, of course. Iginla does have, did he have abilities before? I don't even know. But these two both carrying three. I think maybe, I know Belichick's had at least a couple, so maybe he did. But nonetheless, good to see. And how about Nasir Gill, 75 overall? He has been tearing up the USA hockey program the last couple years, so he is definitely gonna. He looks like a legit prospect, a fifth-round pick for us. Um, Andronov, 68, not bad. DFD, so they don't develop as well. But he could definitely make the roster in a few years if he keeps up that. And then, yeah, we've kind of seen these guys. Mugley's at a 77. Daxton Ruff's at a 65, up from a 62. So that is cool to see, having a career year there in Prince Albert. So definitely successful in the development front, which is great news. The team right now stinks. Look at that. Goals for per game, 32nd. Goals against per game, 29th. Power play, 31st. Like, we are bottom of the league in pretty much everything. So there is that. Around the league, wow, Draisaitl already 102 points, 63 games played for that. And then goals, McKinnon already at 51, Bedard and Matthews. Well, there's actually a lot of guys right near 50. And then Duncan Wins. I don't even know, did we take a look at the full awards last year? Because I don't believe we did. So we can kind of recap that real quick. Obviously, Toronto won the Cup, facing Vancouver in the final. McDavid, another Art Ross. Brad Marchand did win the Hart Memorial with Chicago, so that's kind of funny. Why do I feel like we did go through this then? Maybe let's take a look. We'll just go through it again, just in case. Quentin Hughes with the Norris, Lady Bane to Kaprizov, Calder to Oliver Moore. Maybe we didn't because I don't remember that. Conn Smythe to Mitch Marner. Vezina to Demko as well as the Jennings. It's actually back-to-back for him. JBD with the Bill Masterton. Jack Adams to Seattle's coach. Selke to Crosby for the second year in a row. Tenlinson to Brad Marchand. And Maurice Machard to Connor McDavid. So there was those from last year. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Obviously, we have a little bit of business to attend to at the deadline. Probably going to move on from Dylan Strome. And then, yeah, just continue to try to grow these guys at the end of the year. Hope for the best for the draft lottery. If we can land Landon DuPont, that would be amazing. But appreciate you guys checking out this video. Going to have a full playlist for these videos if you need to catch up. And the previous episode should be in the description. And as always, you guys take care.